From World Dairy Expo, I'm Brian Winnikins, and joining us this morning, Kim Bremmer. She is the Wisconsin State Coordinator for Common Ground, an agricultural organization made up of women volunteers telling agriculture's story. Thank you to Comro Sales and Service, Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board, Farm First Dairy Cooperative, AMPI, Dairyland Equipment Services, and Professional Dairy Producers of Wisconsin for sponsoring our broadcast. Kim, thanks for joining us today. Common Ground, it's been around for a few years. You've been a part of it here in Wisconsin, and it's a pretty unique organization.
Yeah, thank you. It is. It's all women volunteers. We have about 130 volunteers nationwide in about 12 or 13 states. Our time is all volunteer. Our marketing and our information and packets that we hand out are all funded by corn and soybean farmers, so through their checkoff. But it's a really unique organization of women talking to other women and consumers about farming and where their food comes from, because we recognize that everyone is interested in how their food is raised, and we agree that everyone should be. But we really want people to make their decisions based on facts, not fear. And I really think when people have questions about farming and food, they should ask a farmer and not Google University.
I know there's been some big issues lately. One of them, that magic word, sustainability. What's sustainability? And so how does your group talk to consumers about that?
Well, we all talk and tell our stories, and we can speak on behalf of our experiences and our farms. And I think that that's important to add perspective, because we know most people who are buying food today are 4 generations or more removed from a farm. A lot of people have never seen a cow or a soybean plant or understand pollination of corn. So it's okay, and I think it's important that we have conversations about how food is raised. So how do we deal with these things? We tell them from our perspective. If we wanted to talk about sustainability, it's in our book, sustainability is one of those overused words sometimes by people who don't necessarily have a good definition. But I think sustainability is a process. It's not an endpoint. We are continuing to produce more food with fewer resources than ever before. And I think that's a pretty important aspect of sustainability.
We're talking with Kim Bremmer. She is state coordinator for Common Ground here in the Wisconsin. Kim, another big concern, I would think, for your organization, you're going to each individual consumer. Some of the groups that are promoting sustainability are cage-free chickens and the hog industry of getting rid of gestation crates. They've gone to the companies, and they've forced the Walmarts or Chipotle or McDonald's or whatever to start telling producers, this is how you have to grow your product. Is that a big concern for your organization?
Well, and it's not just a big concern for our organization. I mean, it is a big concern for farmers today, because choice is getting taken away. And I think consumers generally don't understand the unintended consequences of these things that they think they want or they think they need. And it is probably one of our scariest things. Some of our biggest challenges are rules being set on how we produce food by people who have never done it. And that is scary for farmers today, because every farm is different and every farmer is different, and choices are getting taken away every day. And that's my biggest fear as a mom, that I used to love going to Starbucks, and I love those spinach feta egg wraps, but now they're only with cage-free eggs. Well, I don't want to pay more for that. I don't have a problem with cage-free eggs, but I want the choice. And I don't want that choice taken from me, because I think caged eggs are just as healthy. I know some great friends of mine in Iowa that have great barns that raise their chickens in cages, and they're healthy and beautiful birds. So I don't want that choice taken from them.
Is that the message you give to consumers then? Again, a lot of these, the gluten-free and the organic and the vegan and GMO-free, and there's all these marketing slogans. Is it just getting consumers to believe that we need to pay more?
How long is this program? Do we have all day? So food marketing is about selling product. I can give you a good example. I was at an animal welfare conference in Kimberly, Wisconsin this year, and there was a gentleman there who's a global animal welfare officer for McDonald's, and Bruce Feinberg was his name. And At the end of his talk, I asked him a few questions because he was talking about staying committed to your customers. Are you committed to your customers? We at McDonald's are 100% committed to our customers. And I challenged him on a few things. And afterwards, he came up to me and put his finger in my face and said, the best thing you could do is get all your little associations together and educate consumers, because it's not my job to educate consumers. It's my job to sell products. And I thought, wow, he's right. I maybe don't like him right now, but it is his job to sell products. He said, if consumers tomorrow want a square burger and I make a round one, what do you think I'm going to do? Now, I tried to joke with him. I said, you should tell him to go to Wendy's, but he did not think that was funny. He said, there's nothing wrong with a round burger, but I'll make him a square one. And that was a pretty powerful message to me, coming from a very large food buyer, because McDonald's serves 70 million meals a day. They're kind of a big deal, but they are willing to do it at all costs, sell product, even at a farmer's expense and the consumers.
And again, I guess, on the side of that, DMI and the dairy industry have convinced McDonald's to switch to butter, which is, I guess they did just that, got consumers to tell McDonald's switch to butter.
Yeah. Well, and that's how it works. And there's a lot of money that gets exchanged in the middle there, too. You always have to remember that. So,
For more information then on Common Ground, where can people go?
yeah, people can go to findourcommonground.com.
That's Kim Bremmer. She is the Wisconsin State Coordinator for Common Ground from World Dairy Expo. I'm Brian Winnikins.